Ready? Good morning. I'd like to start today by giving you guys a story from when I was a kid. Well, sort of a kid in high school. I used to have a girlfriend in high school. We used to have 3 or 4 classes together. So we spent a lot of time together, but a lot of the time, schoolwork didn't get done, homework didn't get done, didn't remember teachers' names just because there's a lot of distractions in the classroom. A quote says, "Your GPA is inversely related to your girlfriend's looks and vice versa." Now, despite the fact that it's kind of a funny quote, I think it's more metaphorical than it is literal. Not just to say that your girlfriend's hot, so you're gonna be distracted, but I think it speaks more to distractions, whether at work, at school. You guys have heard my story just now about school, so I think a lot of you guys might be able to relate. Even if they're not a significant other, you might have somebody that you have a crush on, and you spend a lot more time focusing on the back of their heads than what the teacher's saying. For me, I also experienced this at work. Currently, there's a wave of people playing a new game at work. I'm not really sure what it's called, but oftentimes I hear rumblings in the background about this game, and I'm like, okay, what's a wizard have to do with a dragon and whatever these things are called? So a lot of the productivity kind of reflects people who are playing the game during work, people who are talking about games during work, and I think the people that are playing, people that are doing these kinds of things during work really have a different perspective on work and the efficiency of work, and distractions really hinder people and their productivity. So in my opinion, I think the quote, "Your girlfriend's looks are inversely related to your GPA," I think it speaks to a lot more than just what the quote says, and I think we can all learn a lot about ourselves if we just take time to realize that we're in a place where we have to do work, we have to do school, focus on the topic at hand, and don't let distractions get the best of us. Thank you.
All right, well, I like the interpretation of the quote. I think that's pretty good. I think that you need a little bit more structure to what you've got, but the supporting material is fine. You made some references to things that are familiar in your job circumstances and some things that people might be able to relate to in school. Both of those are perfectly reasonable supporting points for the presentation that you're doing. Delivery issues, your voice projects well, you're clear, you move fluidly from one idea to the next, you're doing a good job there. Your eye contact is a little bit different than I think it was before. You have I didn't get the feeling that you ever started looking at people during the presentation. I know you look up and you're looking around, but mostly it's kind of like you are looking out there to check that we're still here as opposed to talking to us. It seems a little bit more internalized. I don't know how to describe it differently. When you watch it, I think you'll notice that it's not that you're not looking at us, but you're not looking at us consistently, and it feels a little bit like it's an averted gaze, sort of like I'm looking up while I'm thinking out of the corner of my eye sort of thing. So I didn't remember that you did that in your previous presentation, and it seemed like you were doing that quite a bit during this presentation. So something to watch for, see if you can tell the difference when you're looking at your videos. Otherwise, your body movements seem naturalistic, and the content was perfectly fine. All right, thank you.